Hi, my name is Warren Goodall and I'm a trustee of Slow the Flow based in Calderdale, West Yorkshire. We are a charity aimed at increasing the use of natural flood management techniques through education and awareness raising. And I want to take you through some of the issues that we have, as a volunteer organisation, have encountered in the first meeting that we put together in 2016. The project live from Boxing Day 2015, when the Calder Valley suffered one of the most significant flooding events in recent times. Just under 3,000 homes and 4,500 businesses were flooded along the Calder Valley on Boxing Day 2015. From that event, a group of local people came together to try and make a difference using natural flood management techniques to prevent similar rainfall events causing such devastation in the future. Slow the Flow came together at that point. A group of volunteers said we developed a pilot project which gained initial support from DEFRA and then further funding from the Environment Agency and others. And then we began implementation in 2015. And the project, as the maps show, is on land above Hebden Bridge in the Calder Valley, which was significantly impacted, owned by the National Trust in a place called Hardcastle Crags. The National Trust have since become in the delivery of the project. We also got local support from Calderdale Council, Hebden Royd Town Council, the Community Foundation for Calderdale and the Rotary Club of Hebden Bridge. So as far as the data is concerned, which is what we're talking about today, the monitoring strategy that we put together was initially our own devising, but we funding from DEFRA and the EA. There are criteria that they like to see in place. So we followed that monitoring guidance to further develop the monitoring program. And we used some of the devices you see on the screen there, ultrasonic bridge monitors to gauge river levels. We did in-stream pressure inducers and in-stream V-notch weirs on the bottom left, and allied with time-lapse cameras and fixed point photography to find out what was going on before the interventions that we put in place, the natural flood management techniques and those without. So the experience that we kind of had through the project is we were dealing with large organizations with governance protocols and procedures in place. So the decision making from funders was slow, which causes some issues for us as a small voluntary organisation, in that we missed a whole season of construction work, which meant we were liable to more flooding in the following winter. Luckily enough, that didn't happen. As the project developed, we also had different criteria asked of us to do the monitoring as the best practice, I guess, developed, because this is all new areas in a technique of flood management. So this created some issues for us also. Some of the monitoring equipment itself proved problematic. The bridge monitors work remotely and so have areas where the signal is very poor, which causes a lot of drain on battery. So half the time, so we've got bits of data missing. Some of the monitoring locations didn't come online as planned as the interventions were delayed. We're not letting. We were reliant on some partners to help us deliver some of this, and that caused further delays in just talking to each other and saying who's going to do what. Some of the data sets are relatively large, and we are a volunteer organisation with poor resource really, so we didn't have the software or probably the data manipulation skills to get the best out of the data that we'd hoped to. And I suppose in summary, as we were working on the hoof with this, with things changing around us, the monitoring strategy that we put in place could have been more robust from the outset. And also we could have got more support partners in manipulating the data on an ongoing basis, which we're still collecting. But it worked. The central graph that you see in front of you is a blue series and a red series. The blue series is taken from the top of a stream, and the red series is at the bottom of a stream with natural flood management interventions in between the two. You see that there's a difference in height of the water, but there are some kind of local issues around that. So that's 100% accurate. But what is accurate is you see the first peak, which I'll just use my hand for. The first peak here at the top of the stream, and the first peak at the bottom of the stream here are 45 minutes. So it's slowed, which is what we wanted it to do. The second peak here, peaks rather, and here are an hour and a quarter apart. So that shows have worked, but we could have got more evidence from more locations in a more robust way, with potentially the data providing additional information that we've been unable to do so far. So we've learned quite a lot. We have also included habitat monitoring in the program, but they didn't seem to fit very well. Fundamentally, we are a team of volunteers working with governmental agencies, national bodies, local government, with paid officers in place. So we felt some additional support from that would have helped us a great deal. Thank you very much.